Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be continuing the NBA starting shooting guards list, and this time we have a new development. We have the intro coming in, and it's going to come right after this, so let's get right into it. Yeah, we're back on here. As you can see, we have every single NBA shooting guard running down here, and we're going to be putting it into tiers. So S tier, of course, like best of the best, only one or two players usually. Yeah, it's the top shooting guards in the NBA. A tier, which is all-star, borderline tier, but definitely all-star caliber. B, borderline all-star, very good players, like a player that anyone would want on their team, unless you have an A tier or S tier shooting guard. C tier, well, you still want them even if you have them on a bench deal. C tier, just your good quality starting shooting guard, just good enough to start. D tier is where you're like, I mean, yeah, they're good enough, but like you wouldn't. They're just Then F tier should not be starting shooting guard. Not that they're not good enough to be in the A, but they should not be starting for your team. So yeah, let's get right into it. We'll just go in order from here. So Avery Bradley. I'll put Avery Bradley in C tier. There was a couple years where Avery Bradley would have been a B tier player, but not so much anymore. Right now he's just a C tier. People regard it as D tier after the year that he had. He didn't have a great year, but he defends, he can shoot usually, and that's C tier. He probably should be starting. Bradley Beal is A tier, especially after this year with John Wall being out. The Wizards were only good as they were because they had Bradley Beal. And yep, all-star, and shoot, create his own shot. Not the greatest defender, but that doesn't really matter. And Bradley Beal definitely A tier. This is Bryn Forbes, I think. I'm gonna put Bryn Forbes in D tier. Again, he's young. This is not a prediction. This is an opinion video, but he's young. He's young. Wasn't bad, wasn't good enough though. I'd definitely take over Bradley in the current moment of Avery Bradley over Bryn Forbes. So that's where he is, and yeah, just a D tier player. Buddy Hield, B tier. I think next year Buddy Hield might even end up being an A tier player, but this year was very, very good. He was arguably the best. Him and De'Aaron Fox were definitely the reasons that Kings team were as good as they were, and he can shoot his shot. He'll hit his shots. He's a very good offensive player, and he's hit some clutch shots this season. And yeah, I think this last season he was probably C or D, but this season he definitely jumped up to B tier. CJ McCollum. I'm gonna put CJ McCollum in A tier for now. I think he's just as good as Bradley Beal in my opinion. Maybe not quite as good, but he's definitely better. I would not put CJ in the same tier as Buddy Hield yet, which is mostly my reasoning. And I don't think Buddy Hield is a C tier player. So I'm going to put CJ in A tier. Again, this might get revised. He might get moved down to B tier. Everything might shift down a bit. But, yeah. You know what? I'm going to put CJ in B tier just because of the fact that I'm going to put Oladipo in A tier. And I'm definitely taking Oladipo over CJ. So moving on to Victor Oladipo. Again, he had that unfortunate injury that kind of derailed the Pacers season. Who knows how good they could have been with him on the floor, because they were pretty good without him. They made the playoffs, and they gave Boston a good couple games. Yeah, Oladipo definitely an A tier player. Probably he's gonna stay there. He might have a couple years of S tier, but I think, again, not a prediction video. After 2018 night season, from the few games we've got to see him play, A tier. Devin Booker. You know what? I'm gonna move everyone down a notch. I'm gonna put that there because I think Booker's a B tier player. I don't think he's quite A tier. Suns fans, I'm sorry. I know he's all you got right now. I mean, you have Ayton and Oubre. Yikes. But yeah, I think him and McCollum are better than Hield, but I don't think Booker's on the level of Oladipo and Beal. I'd definitely take them over him, not counting the fact that Booker is 22, 21. So he's still really young. He's definitely probably going to get up to the A tier level, but as of right now, he's a B tier player. This is Damian Dotson. Regardless, this is Devon Reed. This is the Suns starting shooting guard, right? One second, let me look this up. So yeah, this is Damian Dotson, starter for the Knicks, not the Suns. I'm dumb. The Suns would be Booker, obviously. But Damian Dotson, F tier. I mean, I think he can shoot pretty well. Honestly, Knicks fans, I'm sorry, did not watch many of your games, especially after Porzingis left. But he can shoot pretty well. But like, based off comparing, I'd definitely take Avery Bradley over him, and comparing him to these guys on the list, him and Bryn Forbes are probably about on the same level. F tier. Danny Green, D tier. Did not have a good playoffs. I love my man Danny Green. You know, we got the Raptors hat on, but did not have a good playoffs. And he had a great early season. He'll shoot, he'll defend, He's very similar player to Avery Bradley, but a little more experience, a little more consistent. But he's just your average 3-and-D guy. You'll take him starting, but you also take him off the bench. He's just a good role player for your team, so I put him in D tier. Donovan Mitchell, B tier. Yep, I think Mitchell's close to maybe Booker and CJ are a little bit better, but I think he's a better player than Buddy Hield as of now, a little bit. Hield, I might move up to B tier. I might end up moving Hield up to B tier based on what we have at the end. But I think Mitchell's definitely a B tier player. He's a borderline all-star. He's a crazy athlete. He's showing his flashes of consistent shooting. So yeah, I put him there. Dion Waiters, D tier. He'll score the ball. That's about it. He's been injury plagued a little lately, but he's a good starting shooting guard for that Heat team, and he'll score the ball. And yeah, that's all. He'll shoot, he'll score the ball, and he's a good offensive plug. And he'll have his games where he'll go off for 30. But he's a little inconsistent, and I think he's not quite on the level of Hield and those guys. Evan Fournier is a C. I want to put Buddy Hield in the B+ tier. Let me put Buddy Hield above Evan Fournier. Here we go. Evan Fournier, C tier player. He's a very good starting shooting guard. Not, of course, borderline all-star, but he hits his shots. He's a very good scorer. He's an underrated defender, and he's a very smart player. He's very good for that Magic team. He's been there for a while. He does have a bit of a hefty contract, $17 million, but doesn't matter in this video. So yeah, I'd say Evan Fournier is a C tier player. Gary Harris is also a C tier player. Great defender, great shooter. Works very well with that Nuggets team alongside Jamal Murray, who of course is not the greatest defender. So Harris takes the harder backcourt assignment, even though he's a little undersized. I think he's only about 6'4". But yeah, very similar to Evan Fournier. He can create his own shot, and you saw that dagger he hit. I don't know if that was this year or last year, but he's a very good young player, very good starting shooting guard, and I think he'll be there for a while. Jaylen Brown's also C tier, similar to these guys. Good defender. Pretty good shooter, but obviously insane athlete, great at running the break, a very good fit with that Celtics team, playing alongside Kyrie and Tatum and Horford and them. And yeah, Brown, same level as these guys. Jordan Clarkson. I want to put Jordan Clarkson in the D+ tier. I think coming off the bench as a 6th man, which is what he did for most of the season, so I don't know why he's really on this list. But I guess I feel like there's more than 30. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There's 30. So I guess Clarkson's a starting shooting guard for them. So yeah, coming in, he'll score the ball. That's about it. Same thing as Dion Waiters. I don't think he's good enough anywhere else to be put in the C tier because these guys can all. I mean, Hield's such a better scorer than Jordan Clarkson and a better shooter. So I think Hield and then these three can all have a more multifaceted game than Clarkson. So I think I'm going to put him in the D tier for now. Jrue Holiday, also B tier. He was when AD got his minutes restriction, Holiday and Randall kept the minute. Holiday was scoring again. Obviously, he's a very good passer, although he's gotten away from that. He was playing more 2 and an outstanding all NBA caliber defender or all defense caliber defender. So I think he's very much on par with these guys. He's kind of like a little worse version just in terms of athleticism and stuff than Victor Oladipo. Obviously, he's getting older, but I think he's a great fit with that Pelicans team, and he's obviously a very good NBA player. Borderline all-star this year, in my opinion. James Harden, S tier. One of the best players in the league, probably top 3 player in the league right now. MVP candidate. Then do I really need to say more? It's James Harden, S tier. He is probably the only S tier player on this list looking at the bottom. I think Beal, Oladipo, and then Clay on here are the people who come close to him. But in terms of all-around game, looking at this now, why is Lou Will on this list? Lou is literally up for the 6th Man of the Year award, and here he is on a NBA starting shooting guards list, tier maker. I don't know, but there's Lou Will, and he's on here. But anyways, Joe Harris. Ooh, so Joe Harris was the best 3-point shooter in the league this year, I think, in terms of percentage. But I'm going to put him in the D tier just because I don't think he'd be starting for a playoff team. I think he'd be a very good person coming off the bench. I mean, the Nets were a playoff team, but for a contending team. And I think that because all he can do is shoot, he doesn't really have the athleticism and stuff. I'm going to put him in the D tier. I might end up moving him to C tier just because of how well he can shoot and how much opportunity that creates for other people on the floor. But for now, he's D tier player. Same thing with JJ Redick. Redick's getting old. He's still a pretty good defender, but he's getting slower. He's a catch and shoot guy. Won't create his own shot. Similar to Joe Harris. And yeah, you're right. Jeremy Lamb. This is interesting. I'm gonna throw Jeremy Lamb in the D tier too. Create his own shot. He's a very good clutch performer, but not a good defender. And him and Kemba in the backcourt does not make for a very good defensive backcourt. But he can shoot. He can create his own shot. He's pretty athletic. And yeah, similar to Waiters and Clarkson, they'll score you the ball. Josh Okogie, I think this is. F tier. Young guy. Not just hasn't really had time to develop. I think he's rookie or second year player coming in, starting from the T-Wolves. Just needs more time. Kevin Huerter, I'm also going to put in F tier. I mean, we saw him hit some big shots. He's a great shooter. I have nothing against Kevin Huerter, but obviously I think he's a rookie this year. He's second year player, very young, similar to Josh Okogie. Haven't really been able to see flashes, and I'd take any of these guys in this list over Kevin Huerter at that point, which is really what matters. Klay Thompson, A tier. Super unfortunate what happened. I know as wearing this Raptors fan, wearing this Raptors hat, I am a Raptor fan. But you hate to see guys go down like that. It's torn ACL, especially when it kind of doesn't ruin the victory, but nullifies it a bit, knowing that what would have happened if Klay was there. And obviously that we don't get to see him for the whole next season, him and Durant. It just kind of, it hurts your heart as an NBA fan. But when he's healthy, Klay is definitely an A-tier player. We saw it in the finals. He was on pace. He was having a monster finals. It scared me. He was hitting everything he put up. And yes, he's definitely on par. I'm almost tempted to put him like here as an A+ tier. He's getting close to that S tier with the way he defends in the two-way, but I think James Harden is still a much better player. So that's why I think Harden's kind of in a category of his own in terms of starting shooting guards. Now Luka, B tier. Rookie, outstanding rookie season, rookie of the year in my opinion. I think he has that over Trae Young. But yeah, Luka Magic, man. You heard the Raptors. I mean, you heard the Mavericks announcer when he hit that buzzer beater over Portland. I think that was just that catch and shoot. But yeah, I think he's on B tier, on par. I take him over any of these guys, not only based off age, but based off what he's shown in terms of talent this year. And yeah, B tier. Lou Will's also B tier. Again, I'm protesting why Lou Will is on this list because he's a 6-man. But if we're going off the way he played this year, he's a B tier. Better than these guys. Insane at drawing fouls still. Undersized shooting guard. Very good shooter. Gets you buckets, man. But in a way that's better than people down here like Clarkson or Waiters or Hield on this list. Malcolm Brogdon's a C tier player. Especially, I was very impressed when I was watching the Bucks series with the way that Brogdon was playing. Obviously, rookie of the year a couple years ago, coming in as a 4th-year player. He can shoot very well. He's a very good defender. He fills his role. But he's a smart player. He'll pass the ball, and he fits very well with the Bucks system with Giannis and Middleton and those guys. Reggie Bullock. Sorry, Reggie. I don't think you should be starting. He's a good shooter, obviously, and he had that clutch shot against my Raptors when Dwayne Casey was coming back. But all in all, just not a great starter for your team. I think, okay, let me look up who the next starting shooting guard is. I'll be right back. Alright, my bad. This is the Thunder starting shooting guard. I don't know why I said the Knicks. I literally just looked up who Damian Dotson was for the Knicks. But this is Terrence Ferguson, obviously. And I'm sorry, Terrence Ferguson, I'm putting F tier. Insane athlete. The man, you've seen the man's hops in the dunk class last year. I think it's his 2nd year. But obviously, he's still really young. Doesn't have much else to his game besides his insane athleticism. And I think he'll grow up. I'm sure eventually he'll end up in the D tier, maybe the C tier. But as of right now, compared to these guys and the guys in the tiers above him, just not really who you choose. Wayne Ellington is also going to be an F tier. He's getting old. I don't think he should be starting. I don't know why there's 2 Heat people on here. Oh no, Ellington got traded. I don't remember who to. But I think he started half the season for the Heat. He's a good shooter, and that's about it. But he's not a good enough shooter like Harris or Redick in the tiers above him. And he's just good and old. And Levine, I'm going to put in C tier as my final selection. I think last year Levine was B. I mean, you could argue Levine is B tier, but I would take any of these guys over Levine in the current moment, and even some of these guys. But I think it's a disgrace to put him in D tier to Levine and my boy Kenny, KOT4Q. So I'm gonna put him in the C tier. Just give me a second to revise this and look at what I put down, and I'll get back to you guys real quick. Okay, so guys, so I made one change. I did move Jordan Clarkson up to the C tier. I think I would take him over any of these guys here, and I just think he was one of the reasons those Cavs team won as few games as they did, but he was a big part of that team, and he'll get you the buckets that you need. I'd say he's a C minus tier, but I think he's above the D tier guys we have in here, just the way he plays and the different ways he can score the ball. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below, like and comment, tell me what you think, tell me other quizzes. Tiers, we're probably going to do we're going to do small forward, power forward, center tiers as we'll finish off the series. If you have any other tiers, any fun things, NBA related you want me to do, any like talks, anything, just leave them down below in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.